Did I ever tell you the definition of insanity?
The continued destruction of the gaming industry by twats in suits has yet to slow down in 2026, and this year has already kicked off with a huge swathe of layoffs and studio closures. This is especially true across the VR space, as a big chunk of incredibly talented development studios recently got well and truly zucked over by Meta, thanks to its fumbled attempts at trying to create a metaverse for arseholes.
Oh, hey, Mark. Hey, what's going on?
Hi, Mark. What's up, Mark?
Whoa, we're floating in space? Who made this place? It's awesome.
Right? It's from a crater I met in LA.
This place is amazing.
But wait! Now it's Ubisoft's turn, and in a pretty jaw-dropping 6-page press release, it has confirmed that it has closed 2 studios and cancelled 6 projects, including its much-delayed and much-anticipated Prince of Persia: The Sands of Time remake. And all of this is part of a major restructuring effort that will also see delays for 7 games and a return to the office for its staff. And this is all part of an organisational, operational and portfolio reset, which sounds like corpo speak for bending over and spreading them wide for the shareholders to me. But maybe it's not. Maybe there's actually a good reason behind the binning off of an almost complete game, whilst at the same time heartlessly ruining the lives of countless people who worked tirelessly behind the scenes to bring us, the gaming public, some nicely packaged chunks of escapism so that we could immerse ourselves into them in order to momentarily forget the never-ending horrors of the modern world. Or maybe there's no good reason at all, and Ubisoft has just well and truly f***ed itself. Allow me to dig deeper into what the hell is happening at Ubisoft in today's video. But first, don't forget to like and or subscribe to Eurogamer, preferably both, for almost daily videos about video games. That was weird. I normally say that at the end. Weird.
Come with me then. But I warn you, I move pretty fast. You'd better keep up.
All of these shocking moves come as Ubisoft attempts to respond to what it calls a persistently more selective AAA market and an increasingly competitive shooter landscape. This restructuring will see the publisher split its efforts across 5 creative houses, which will focus on scaling and extending its biggest properties. Whatever happened to, I don't know, making games fun instead? Remember fun, Eve? Remember fun? This means titles like Assassin's Creed, Far Cry and Rainbow Six are safe, but God knows what way their traditional formulas are going to be twisted in order to cater to whatever some suit who's never played games before thinks is popular based on TikTok trends or what his kid said at the breakfast table. In other areas, The Division, Ghost Recon, Splinter Cell, For Honor, The Crew, Riders Republic, Brawlhalla and Skull and Bones all seem to have survived the cull, and then immersive fantasy worlds and narrative-driven universes like Anno, Might and Magic, Rayman, Prince of Persia and Beyond Good and Evil will also get their own creative house too. Hold on a minute. How did Beyond Good and Evil 2, a game that's now been in development for longer than Duke Nukem Forever and will undoubtedly be insanely disappointing and undersell because the majority of people who buy games now weren't even alive when the original came out, so aren't invested in it nostalgically, how did that survive the scissors when an almost completely finished game like the Prince of Persia: Sands of Time reboot that people were actually looking forward to didn't? Make it make sense!
Hostile detected. Weapons hot.
But it wasn't just Sands of Time that were hit by the hands of crime. The first major impact of this significant organisational shift was the closure of Ubisoft's Halifax mobile studio and Stockholm studio, with restructuring also confirmed for the publishers Abu Dhabi, Red Lynx and Massive teams. It's unclear how many employees will lose their jobs as a result of all these changes, but obviously there will be many that do. And IGN reports that the move is also being accompanied by a mandate for all remaining staff to return to in-office work 5 days a week, albeit with an annual allowance of remote working days. That's kind of them. This is almost definitely just a way to get people who live too far away from the office to accept voluntary redundancy though, because, well, evil and money for yachts. Evil yachts. Except It's looking like no yachts for anyone at the moment, because in an excellent demonstration of shareholder cell phones, at the time of making this video, Ubisoft stock has crashed to its lowest in 15 years. Great job, Corpo Slime. Give yourselves a pat on the back. You trashed your employees' lives, and in turn you trashed your investments too. I've got a good suggestion for you though. Why not fire whoever advised you to do all of this, rather than, I don't know, the people who were making the games for you and in turn making you money during a time when your market price wasn't prolapsing? Just a crazy idea. So we've got closures and layoffs and one cancelled game in the form of Sands of Time. But what else did Ubisoft axe in order to kick itself in the meat and 2 hedge funds? Well, it's also confirmed the cancellation of 6 in-development games that allegedly do not meet the new enhanced quality and more selective portfolio prioritisation criteria. Oh, I nearly vomited when I read that sentence. The majority of those titles have never been announced, so hopefully not too much of people's precious lifespan has been wasted on them. But Prince of Persia, the Sands of Time remake, which was unveiled in 2020, has had at least 6 years of development time invested in it, only for it to be tossed down the toilet literally moments before its impending release of somewhere between the 1st of January and the 31st of March 2026. Which is like right now. I still can't make it make sense!
I'll come back for your coin later, lads.
Alongside these cancellations, Ubisoft is also delaying 7 unspecified games to ensure enhanced quality benchmarks are fully met and to maximise long-term value creation. Oh, Christ, I felt my soul leave my body then. Notably, this includes the unannounced game widely believed to be the much-rumoured Assassin's Creed Black Flag remake, which will now launch in Ubisoft's next financial year starting April 2026, rather than the current one it was previously announced for that Ubisoft has just Look sharp. What are you doing, lads? Listen, I can understand delaying a game to make it better, right? But when we boil it all down to basics, this is just about making the company more cash, right? And at the moment, well, what you've done is the opposite. And it's a big the opposite at that. Here's an idea that might seem a little left field and odd, but if you want to make money, right, perhaps you could have released that game that was basically finished and that everyone wanted, instead of doing whatever the hell this shite is. I know I'm crazy, ignore me. And with that, I leave you with these wise words from Ubisoft CEO Yves Guillemot, which I'm sure will act as consolation to everyone below him who has suddenly lost the hope of a stable future. These measures mark a decisive turning point for Ubisoft and reflect our determination to confront challenges head-on to reshape the group for the long term, he wrote in a statement accompanying the big announcement. The portfolio refocus will have a significant impact on the group's short-term financial trajectory, particularly in fiscal years 2026 and 2027. But this reset will strengthen the group and enable it to renew with sustainable growth and robust cash generation. Ubisoft is entering a new phase, one designed to reclaim creative leadership and build value for players and stakeholders over the long term. We shall see, Yves. We shall see.
Take no quarter, lads, and give none neither!